Welcome back. Just about 7:52. Just a few more minutes left in the show, but one more guest. So Trinidad and Tobago is out of the running for the Commonwealth Secretary General, but our Commonwealth hopes aren't completely dashed because we have Nikoli Edwards who's vying for the position of the Vice Chairperson for Policy and Advocacy of the Commonwealth Youth Council, and so he needs your support to do this. So good morning, Nikoli.
Good morning.
And welcome to. Before we get into that, there was an article about you in the Express yesterday about everything that you've gone through this year, and you're still going through and pushing for it. And I have to commend you for that. It's fantastic work. So congratulations for even getting this far into everything. So now tell us about this position, and how did you hear about it, and what exactly does it entail?
Sure. In June of this year, I attended the Commonwealth Youth Forum in the Bahamas. It was as part of the 19th Commonwealth Conference of Education Ministers. At that point, I would have learned about the Commonwealth Youth Council, which was formally established in 2013. So this is, and elections would be held every 2 years. So this is the first time since then that elections will be hosted. I heard of the opportunity, and it was something that I was very interested in. As Secretary of the Guild, having been PRO and FHE rep before, and serving in other capacities in terms of representation, this was a perfect opportunity for me to expand my representation. So as soon as I realized that nominations were open, I immediately sent through all the information, got a letter of attestation from the then Ministry of Gender, Youth and Child Development, and from that point it was just waiting game. And then I got an email saying that I got through.
Right.
So now I'm at the stage where I'm running for the position. There are 5 other persons contesting the same position from across the Commonwealth. Yes.
Right.
So that is the point at which I am at now.
Now you're talking about you need our help. What is it that we need to do to help you? Is it one of those campaigns where you vote online, or do we need to show support?
It's actually
letter of reference we need.
It's actually one vote per country. At this point, Trinidad and Tobago is unable to vote, which is kind of depressing for me.
Right.
It's because we don't have a national youth council in place that is recognized, because you have to have a representative who has passed through that channel, received the nod from the ministry, and that person will be the youth ambassador to the Commonwealth. We do not have that in place at the moment. I'm hoping that the ministry would put that in place as soon as possible, but until then I don't have the support of my own country.
How much time does it take for that to happen? Can they put something like this together in time, have it be recognized, and then give you the opportunity to get that vote?
I really am not sure, and to tell you the truth, communication between myself and the ministry has not been the best. I've been to the ministry, sent letters to various ministries asking for even assistance with my ticket, and that and all was problematic. I only got funding from the University of the West Indies, and it still isn't even the amount that I need, and I need to leave on Thursday. So I recognized early on that there was a challenge for young persons in this country to attend conferences, to attend forums where they would be representing Trinidad and Tobago. So that is something that I hope to change. In the interim, what citizens can do, share my flyer so that persons from other countries, because you would have connections and whatnot online, and get the message out there that we have a representative going out, and we need all the support that we could possibly get. I'm doing what I could do on my end, and I just really and truly appreciate the admiration that has been shown from citizens towards me thus far.
And what is it, if you are successful, what do you do exactly?
Well, the Commonwealth Youth Council represents 1.2 billion youths across the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth is made up of 60% youths. So what I would do is be a voice on behalf of youths across the Commonwealth, liaising with governments in terms of policy, in terms of advocacy, different instances where that is concerned. Also, my portfolio in specific would be more or less tailored to deal with the PR aspect, or the media aspect and communications aspect, alongside policy and advocacy. So I would be stationed in Trinidad.
That's what I was going to ask. It's a big deal. They have to ship you off to England somewhere, but so you're staying here?
Yes, I would be staying here, but obviously going to different conferences across the Commonwealth. The swearing in, if successful, will be in March. So I would have to fly out again there. And it's really and truly an amazing opportunity for any young person who wants to accede to a position of leadership, a position of representation. So that is my ultimate goal, to be a voice on behalf of Trinidad and Tobago's youths, and in effect on behalf of the youths of the Commonwealth.
So this is a big deal, essentially. This is not no school election. This is throughout the entire Commonwealth. So are you ready for it? Are you ready for that sort of pressure to be put on you to not just, it's one thing to deal with Trinidadians,
sure.
but you're dealing with the entire Commonwealth here?
Sure. One thing that I've learned through this entire process is that you can't take anyone or anything for granted. I obviously have to lean on the support of others to ascend to that position. I've learned so many things from different persons, networking with persons across the Commonwealth of situations where they're facing hardships in different countries, how youths are being affected as well. So that is something that I already think that I'm equipped with, the knowledge of that. I would be working with a team, so that will be a process that I think, based on my experience working with other groups and teams, that I would be able to handle.
How much do they handle your training, though? Do they train you to deal with this position once you get elected, or they just throw you in the deep end and tell you to?
There's obviously a handing over period where you would learn from your predecessors what are some of the skill sets required to take on such a job. During the Commonwealth Youth Forum as well, you break out into plenary sessions. You have working groups that you liaise with, deal with the different situations within those working groups that may come up from time to time during the conference. So I think that they equip you well for that, and obviously to more or less reach to this stage, you have to have been doing something right. So I would have had to send in my experience, a resume, if you would have, based on the different organizations I've represented, the work that I've done, and I've qualified. So I think that in itself is a good start. And the work that I do on the Guild of Students, the work that I do in different organizations, I would eventually be bringing that to the forefront.
Like a good politician. Also, if you want to hear more from Nikoli, he'll be speaking at the AOI's
yes.
talks on crime tomorrow. We had Nicole Griffith earlier
yes.
In the show explaining exactly what was going on. So we have the Vice Chairperson of Policy and Advocacy of the Commonwealth Youth Council. That is what he is going for. Thank you very much, Nikoli, for joining us. And that's all the time we have for Morning Edition today. So thank you for joining us. We are right back here tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. Bye, everybody.